All right. Can anybody hear me? So we're just going to make sure everything's set up, and then we'll get started. All right. So just checking some levels here, and then we'll continue on. All right. Just double checking. Had some technical difficulties. So just making sure that works. And then we'll go. All right. So let's see. Open up the file here. Excellent. All right. I think this was the one. All right, so I'm getting the green light from everybody here, and let's kind of move this down. And I think that's what. Let me just. There's one other thing. Make sure that everything is good to go. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Let's see. One other thing. Technical difficulties indeed. Okay, yeah. Basically, my Pixel Book wouldn't turn on. Usually, it has an issue. The Pixel Book, I give it. It's pretty good, but not. But it's not exactly the best thing. There's parts about it I love, and there's other parts about it that I really don't like. So, nevertheless, let's go ahead and. Gonna make sure that everything's good. Still getting some issues here. Okay. And after that, we'll continue to build some more levels here. But in the meantime, let's take a look at some of the cool things. Lots of stuff happening this week. Okay. So getting got the full go-ahead that we're live. Anyway, so let's start talking about this week. So basically, we have 9 days left to pledge for this Kickstarter. This is the best course Mammoth Interactive has ever produced. What's interesting is we've been getting a lot of these $199 or $99 pledges, which you get lifetime access to all of Mammoth Interactive's courses. It's a great deal, so I highly recommend that you get it. Please support us on Patreon. Patreon's the best way to support Mammoth Interactive. That $1 per month might not be a lot to you, but it's certainly a lot to us. So please support us on Patreon if you like the show. Also, you can check out some of our games here. We have Escape Code for the Mac App Store and Escape Code for iOS. So please take a look at both of these. They're awesome games. It took a year to make that game. We're very happy with it. As well, you can check out Pluvo, and you can pre-order Remember Lights Out, which is what we made in a previous live stream. Okay, so it's pretty good. I'm happy about that. Just want to make sure that you guys understand that it's pretty happy about it. So, in any event, yeah. So, let's see. Last time on the Mammoth Interactive show, we basically had this issue, and I'm just gonna cut the sound there, where you have to jump onto these platforms, right? And it's more difficult than it looks, right? So, we have about 15 levels so far, right? And then there we go. Perfect. I like that. So, let's go ahead and let's duplicate this, and we'll continue on. So, I'm not sure how many more live streams of this game I'm going to do, but I'm definitely going to do a couple No, probably just one, actually. We'll see how we feel after this. But another thing about these live streams is that depending on how this week goes, I might be able to do something cool on Friday. Okay, so remember, it's about 1 o'clock. It's about 1 o'clock Pacific time is when we do this here. Okay. Now, I'm just trying to. Normally, I have a whole other laptop here, so I'm not sure if I'm able to see all of your comments live. So I might not be able to respond to that. So I'm going to see what the deal is with that Pixelbook. Let me know if you guys want any reviews on any specific topic. That way I know what you guys are looking for when it comes to any kind of content here. Because expanding our YouTube channel was something that I've wanted to do for a long, long time. And these live streams have been amazing. I absolutely love doing all these live streams. So if you're here, thank you for attending. Okay. So let's take a look at what we can do here. Now, in the past, I don't think we've added in any of the buffs yet. In fact, I don't think we've even added in the Goomba. And I was going to let that go for now. So let's start with the Goomba. Okay, so it couldn't be a better time. Okay, so what we'll do is we will simply actually, so if we're going to design this properly, right? If we're going to do this properly, then what would make sense is to have like a little pen here, right? And have the door up there. Or better yet, the door we would have to make sure that we switch. Okay? And let's just take a quick look at that. And yeah, I kind of like that. Right? And can I even get over that? Let me just double check that. Let me maximize this as much as I humanly can. That's probably about as big as it's going to get. Yeah, so it can get up there. And then, yeah, that's obviously not good. So we want to switch that up here. And let's see. Let's just kill that one there. And that's it. I kind of like to look at that. So what we'll also do is we will also add in, just as a gimmick, yeah, we can actually probably do this. Okay, so what we'll do is, we can't do anything here, and it's seemingly a simple level. Okay, but what we can actually, what would be the better thing to do? Let's start the person off here. We're going to add in a reveal. Did I add one in here? Anyway, reveal it is. And let's hide that. So it is hidden. And where is that Goomba? Okay, so let's put that Goomba in here. Now we're probably gonna have to do some code here. So basically what I want to have, actually I don't think we need to do the code. Yeah, look at that. So one of the things you need to, when you are, excellent, I like it. So it's in programming, lots of times things don't work out, okay? And I'm just gonna quickly grab the color here because the Goomba's not quite the same color. So it's 46, 49, 49. So let's double click that Goomba here. And maybe it is 46, 49, 49. Or is it? It is not. Okay, perfect. So one of the things when you're programming all the time, what happens is that things end up not working the way you wanted to. So in this case, things ended up working out really well. Okay? And of course, we have to, there is that issue still of being on the ground here. And oh, I should also mention that there's, I am building a much bigger game. Okay? And okay, obviously we need to switch that up a bit. And how I'm going to do that is, let's see, let's do this. Yeah, okay. Kind of like it. Maybe one more. Yeah, okay. So let's just test this one more time. So this, you know, gives you a nice, safe place, but then you have to realize you got to do this. And, well, let's fix that. It's the first level, so naturally there's going to be some issues. So let's do this here. Perfect. And if I really wanted to, really just wanted to do one more thing, because I could add in another one right here. Okay, let's try that, actually. So basically you can kind of see what goes on here, and you can test it out a little bit. Okay, well, we definitely need to be able to test that out. So since this is the first one, we want to get this right. Okay, and what would actually also make sense is to hide that for the moment, and it would actually make sense that you don't drop down. And believe it or not, it's these little things that make good games great. And you can, as you can see, they're taking a long time. So let's make sure we get this one right, because we are introducing a concept here. Anytime you introduce a concept, you can see that, anytime you introduce a concept, it's important to take your time, okay? So as you can see, you're completely out of danger, okay? I love the boxy nature of this aesthetic, right? So, okay. All right. So sometimes I get sidetracked, but anyway, I'm building a larger game using this similar aesthetic. It's going to be somewhat of a, I don't want to say a Metroidvania game. If it is a Metroidvania game, it's a Metroidvania where you don't shoot and you gain all these abilities along the way. And it's got a really cool plot, and it also has a plot that has a lot of metaphor mechanics in there. So if you don't know, I absolutely love metaphor mechanics. There are lots of them in this next game, and I'm very proud of it. It'll come up for pre-order eventually. I'm done most of it, except for the main level design, which you're thinking, well, that's most of it, isn't it? Well, sort of. Okay, I know exactly what I want to do here. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what I want to do. So it's also going to have Goombas here. So anyway, this game, I've been wanting to make this game for a while, and one of the cool things that I'm doing is once I make a game in my spare time and kind of figure out all the kinks, then I can do them live. And you know, it sounds silly and might sound impossible to you, but once I finish this game, I might be able to make a Metroidvania live. And let me tell you, I'm very excited about that prospect because it's something I've been wanting to do for a long, long, long time. So let me, we'll talk about that closer to when we're actually done. I'm actually completed it, but we will. We will do that, and that's something I've wanted to do for a while. So let me just double check this here. So we gotta jump up here. All right, no, that's kind of boring. Or is it? No, okay. Right. And ha! Well, that's kind of threading the needle, but nevertheless. What I originally wanted to have was Goombas there. So, but maybe the mines might be a better idea. Just add in like one mine somewhere, like here. All right, that works. So it just goes to show you, right? And you're stuck in that one spot. So, I mean, this one isn't even that hard, but what it is, what I don't like about it is that it's a little bit too hard. So let's take that out. And so another thing is, what just by looking at this game, the biggest kind of time suck that that's happening here is the switching in between the tiles. So when you are making a game, you have to understand that what is sucking the most time from you. Okay. In fact, here's what we should do. Put the door here. In fact, put the door here. Move the player up here. And put a reveal here. So when you, when you're making a game, you always have to understand. Let's see, this would be. I'm gonna put that in tile layer 1. You always have to understand what's frankly losing the most time for you. It's important to understand that, and once you understand what you're missing out on time, then you can well, basically make games faster. Sounds simple enough, but you always want to be keeping track of this, right? Then from here we can just kind of go back. But you know what I am going to do? I am going to add in some Goombas here so that the player can kind of understand the unintended consequences of said Goombas. And I'm going to put that on the player layer. Okay, so, you know, might not be important to you right now, but let's just take a look at that. So this is going to add in the levels here, and I'm just going to kind of, you know, add them in here. What's funny is that the Goombas, they get stuck, right? Right, now you're stuck. So a couple things that I am going to do is I'm going to grab this one here, and I'm going to erase this and this here. And what I'm also going to do is, no, not that. But I am going to erase this, and you're going to see how interesting this is. So we got that. Then we will take a look at this here, and we're going to erase kind of the bottom part of this. So that way the Goombas have the option to fall. Okay? So watch what happens. Right? So, right, you can see that they all go down to the bottom layer. Yeah, a little too light. Okay, so mine here. You're screwed. Oh, look at that. It actually gives you a lifeline. It's a hard lifeline, but that works too. So as you can see, as you go through creating levels and games, etc., you actually, there we go. Boom. Ha. Love it. Okay, there we go. So that's an interesting level, interesting design. At least it's creative and different, and sometimes you got to add in those creative and different levels so that people can talk about it. Maybe it's a really good idea, maybe it's a really bad idea. Nevertheless, you should try and create it anyway. So which one is this? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to format this so that we can make things a little bit easier to navigate. So let's take this bottom tile here and move it down. What we'll also do is we will also do this here. Okay, so this way I can switch, okay, in between the two. So I click, we'll have to unlock this later, but so I click here, it's tile map 1, and then this one here is tile map 0. So that way I should be able to switch a little bit quicker. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Now let's do the same thing here. So we will move this out a little bit up like this. And while we're at it, let's delete all of this, because I find myself also doing that here. And whenever you find an inefficiency, it's best you iron it out right away. The more you do that, the better you get, right? And these inefficiencies / efficiencies do add up over time. So let's drop this down here, and let's do that here, okay? Let's, of course, save it to the cloud, and then I'll save it to my computer as well. So save, download, copy. Perfect. Now remember, the game's name is Muro Saltillo, which is Esperanto for wall switch. Right? So let's, okay, that works for me. But there's one, there we go. So we have to just do one quick thing. I'll actually bring this down just a bit. Oh, look at that. Okay, perfect. So let's quickly just do this here. So bottom, side, bottom, side. And that way we can switch easily in between the two. Seems simple enough, but you know, when you're an indie, you don't have the opportunity to waste time. You just don't. So, okay, let's make a level where we go down and then up again. So we'll start off with this guy. And now it doesn't work. Okay, that works. Then if I go to here, do I have to unclick that? Huh. So it looks like I do have to hide it. So obviously that didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. So that's kind of annoying. Okay. All right. Nevertheless, some things work and some things don't. And remember, this is a live stream, meaning that not everything's going to be perfect. Right? Now, I'm thinking maybe we should have a Goomba work on the other tile map. Like kind of an opposite Goomba. But I'm not sure if we do need to do that or not. It's kind of interesting. It's an interesting topic nevertheless. Alright, and then we might as well just do this. Okay. Perfect. Let's add in a reveal there. Yeah, let's put the reveal down here. And then where are the Goombas? Goomba 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So this level, you don't even need to do the wall switch. So what we'll do is we'll find something interesting to do. Okay? So that's another tip with level design, is that, you know, you build a level that you can technically do, but without the mechanic, but then the other mechanic leads you to something that's way more interesting, right? So let's take a look. How can we make this interesting? In fact, that's actually a really good way to do it. So what we'll do is we will just do that. We need one here, of course. I just had another idea. What if we did that? Let's. No, that's too much. This would work though. So the idea I had was to put in these lines like this. So let's experiment with that. Okay. There's no reason to use that first line or that one. So, okay. So almost, but there's no reason to switch. So what we would have to do is make a reason to switch. So let's do that. All right. So we can't get out of here. Interesting. I like that. Okay. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not going to work, and I agree with you. So let's rethink some of these here. So we got to rethink that one and rethink that one. And a lot of rethinking to do, but it's okay because, you know, it's an experiment. Put this guy here, and then we put this guy here. And there's one other thing. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's take a look at this here. So, you know, we kind of gotta here, and then we can just do that, which is kind of interesting. Ooh. Okay. But now we can't get up. So close, yet so far. Not quite. Can I do that? Thinking no. On the plus side, rearranging those did make it a little bit more efficient. No, let's try that. So okay. Ha. Okay, let's for efficiency's sake, let's move the player here. Let's jump. I guess there's no way to avoid that Goomba. You know what? Let's just get rid of that Goomba. It's too difficult anyway. Okay, and then up. No. No, we're not. That's not going to work. So almost there. Okay, let's see if we can. And the Goomba's going to come down. Perfect. Okay. Restart. Goomba. All right. Move it up. Yeah, okay. Close. But not quite. Not quite. We're so close. It's so far. Okay, and then I think we can get up there. So let's just test that. The rest of it works, if so. So one, right, that. Perfect, okay. So it does work. Huge problem though. We gotta hide that. Right, save it. Move along. Okay. So that one's no. It's template 2. Didn't duplicate it. We'll call that 19. Okay. Man, my computer is running out of power. It's like slowly going down even though it's plugged in. So that is a problem. Anyway, let's deal with this one at a time. One problem at a time. So let's not sure what's up with that. Ha, this would be an interesting level. But we gotta delete everything. You know, while we're here, we might as well add in the reveal up top here, should I so need to. And let's duplicate that. And then make that 20. By the way, duplicate that again. By the way, if this live stream all of a sudden shuts off, it's because my power level is dropping. I think it's because I'm using a different charger, and the charger isn't supplying enough power. So, you know, I guess I could lower the brightness down. But Wirecast really does, like it really does take up a lot of juice. In fact, I have to get a whole new computer to do these for you. So that's okay. Nevertheless, let's take a look at 20. Well, let's actually open 19 first. 20. So we'll see how many I get done today. Right. So lower the brightness. That should work. Chances are my Pixelbook was just out of power, which is why it died. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. Let's see. So some of you may know, others you may not, but I do play quite a bit of Overwatch. That's like my game of choice at the moment. I'm really, really enjoying it. So if you want me to talk more about Overwatch, let me know. I do very much enjoy that game. So, yeah. Obviously, this is what we gotta do. I think. Man, where did that go? This should definitely be on the player layer. Alright. Now let's see if I can do this. So it's obviously doable. A couple things we need to take a look at first. And let's see. Yes, that's one of them. And the second one is this. There we go. Perfect. So, yeah, I think there we go. That's another one. Yeah. And yeah, let's take a look at this here. Okay. I just thought of another idea. So obviously we can do that. Perfect. Okay, that's probably a good left level here. Let's duplicate this level. We'll call that 21. All right, where is the mine? So we got the mine here, and move that mine to the player layer. While we're here, let's delete the template, and then what's template 2, 21. Yeah, okay. 21. This here, we need to do a couple things. This needs to go on the player layer. And this needs to go on the player layer. Then we'll duplicate that again. So small things like that need to be done. And okay, so 21. Let's take a look at that. Player layer. And the mine also needs to be on the player layer. Okay. Let's duplicate that mine. And we'll call this mine reveal. And what this is going to do is, let's see, reveal door logic. Okay. So it's overlapping particles reveal door here. Where's the mine logic? I did put it in here, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Mine logic. I'll put both mines in here. So, player Boolean, and no, that's not what it is. Reveal Boolean. So if has toggled is equal to true, mine reveal visible. Okay, so mine reveal is now visible. So let's test this out. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to, ooh, that's tricky. But this gives us a couple good ideas. So basically what it means is that, okay, actually this is going to be the level for sure. So mine reveal, here we go. So let's copy. Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, obviously we're gonna have to delete some of these, I just realized. But proof of concept, okay, it's enough for a proof of concept. So what's gonna happen is system on start of layout. Okay, and we're gonna copy and paste this in here. Okay, maybe just add the condition here, door or reveal Boolean. So if has toggled is equal to false, then we're gonna say mine reveal opacity is 0. Okay. Now there's a couple things we could do here. So it's 0, but then once the door gets revealed, then we have to do a couple things. So if the door revealed, then we'll also say that the mine reveal opacity is 100. So let's just run that for a second. Okay, so boom. Now obviously there's no collision. Now there's two things we can do here. Number one, we could make it so that the mines are not, like, they could be invisible, but they would kill the player anyway. It's not a bad idea. However, I think that most things, I don't think it would work. Okay, I think players would find it too frustrating. So let's actually find, we'll call this mine here. Where are the collisions with the mine? Okay. So let's just copy this and we'll say mine reveal. And in the mine reveal, we'll also have to add a condition. We'll say door or reveal Boolean has toggled. Okay. This pretty much sets it. So, you know, I can move back and forth. Nothing is a problem. Then boom, all these mines come out. And then, whoops, that's not good. So, I think this is a pretty neat level. Okay, and if we're gonna add in, some cool, well, since, you know, this is a game about switching walls, let's do that here. Let's switch some walls. Yeah, okay. Now, actually, the thinner it is, the better in a lot of ways. So, I'm going to do that, and that, and then that. No, that doesn't make any sense. But this does. All right, let's look. So, nothing here, then reveal. You gotta do that. Oh, that's interesting. How serendipitous. Yeah, I like that. That's tricky, but can we make it work? I think so. Let's hide that for the moment. Yeah, I like that a lot. There's no reason to go back there, so let's quickly double check that. Not quite. I'm almost there, though. Okay. Let's try that. I gotta run that first. Ha! Love it. Ooh, that's tricky. I'm gonna make this the second one. So, when you're making a game, you don't always have to do it the first time, right? Like, so like here's a level where it's tricky to do, right? I just want to see if it's actually possible. I don't think it's actually possible. So, we're gonna have to do a couple things here. We're gonna have to basically move this down one and move this over. Let's run that. I think this is possible. I don't think that's also possible. I'm just going to delete that. Should be good enough. Okay, so you don't have to make this the second or the first one. You might make a harder level than you intend to, and then you can always find, okay, if that's too hard, then the introductory level is going to be a little bit different. There's no reason that you have to make a game and everything is all in order here. So this went up from 9 down to 7. I really don't know what's going on. Well, I do know what's going on. It's just there's just not enough power that's going in here. So I'm getting plugged in here. So anyway, let's go introduce this concept of the mines here, and let's make it really simple. Okay. In fact, let's do this. Let's add in 1, 2 mines, and where's that mine reveal? Okay. We'll add in 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what we'll do is we will put the player here and the door here. I'll put the door here, and then the player will go here, and the reveal will go here. Okay. This is a much better level to introduce this concept of hidden mines. Way better. Okay. So first of all, it adds in just that little bit of danger. You're like, okay. Then you reveal it, and you're like, if you actually jump over it. But anyway, 1 and then 2. I mean, it's the same height. I'm not sure what the dealio is. Right? And like that. And now it's just a little bit harder. Okay? This is how you do a introductory level. Okay? To introduce the concept. So that is a lot better. Okay? Excellent. So sweet. Okay, so thinking maybe this might be the last one. Kind of fix my setup here, and I will be live tomorrow. Probably more with this because we've introduced quite a bit of new concepts here. So I have an idea. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's probably good. And let's go back down to this guy here, and we will make some okay. And where's that reveal? Perfect. All right, let's take a look. Okay, that's a cool mechanic. So you start up here. Not really mechanics, more like cool design. So you have to get that. You have to be very quick with the changing. Okay. Yeah, not bad. I don't don't think I'll be able to get there. Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to get there. Or will I? No. If you did that, you'd be able to do it. Okay. Perfect. Just keep going down. Love it. Okay. Really good. Look at this. Oh, that's way too zoomed in, but basically, oh, that doesn't zoom in. Okay, there we go. See that? That's an aesthetic choice, which we can make and add in. So let's, you know, you can see that there's no reason why you have to have, let's say, jagged or clean edges. None whatsoever. Kind of like this. In fact, I kind of like that. You know, there's no reason that you can't do that. So let's take it one step further and let's see. Let's run that. See what happens. Now, the magic was lost. I'm just gonna undo all of that actually. But I'm gonna keep that one little jut there. So, to make things a little bit more interesting, let's add in one of those reveal mines. And what we'll do is we'll reveal one here, here, and here. Yeah, I should probably do it. Can I get over that or not? Double check that. 1 and 2. I can't. So we gotta move that guy down. Remember, obstacles don't have to be the hardest obstacle ever. They can just simply be there. And you might think, well, a well-seasoned player is gonna see right through that. Well, you never know. Sometimes the silliest thing will get an expert. Yeah. Okay. Well, that does work. That definitely works for me. Okay. The reveal has a whole bunch of potential. And we might even explore that tomorrow. All right. So thanks for listening, everybody. It's been about an hour here. So if you haven't pre-purchased these, pre-ordered this game, purchased any of these games, support us at Patreon or gone and supported our Kickstarter, please do. All right, saving it, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 1 o'clock, unless something happens, 1 o'clock Pacific time. All right. Of course, thank you for listening, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks so much.